going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only, so there's not too much to go over. You know, this week, cryptos are pulling back. They're pulling back. But I found something rather interesting. So this chart right here is the total market cap of all the cryptos out there, excluding Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's price is not factored into this chart. This is all the other cryptos piled into one chart based on the market cap. So if we zoom out, I found a couple of interesting little tidbits. For one, it looks like bullish as hell, man. Push up, pennant right behind my head. Another push up, another small pennant. Huge push, another pennant. Another push. And what exactly is happening right now? Oh yeah, we're in another pennant right now, or ascending triangle, whatever. I mean, this is bullish. It's volatility squeeze. It's squeezing down. It's really calm, and then all of a sudden, boom! You know what I mean? And it's gone. But I would not count out the possibility for some manipulation, especially now that big banks and institutions have been buying into this. Because you'll notice, you zoom way out, way back, right? It was kind of calm. Came up, volatility squeeze here, squeezy, boom. Another one, boom, right? As time goes on, from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, and here we are in between 2018 and 2020. Right, I would imagine more and more institutions and banks and whatever are starting to get involved here. And what do we have? Another pennant, another volatility squeeze. But do you see what they did? Do you see this little footprint they left behind? Price broke out from said squeezy pennant juicy formation, trapping buyers. And they knew, I mean, all the buyers that were buying within this whole pattern either had their stops here or here. So what did they do? Little false breaky, get people to, yes, here it is. And then break to the downside, sweeping this low, and this low, taking everybody out. And then what happened from there? Another massive explosion. And now we are in another funneling, squeezing of price. Looks insanely bullish. But I would not count out the possibility of some manipulation. I wouldn't count it out. You know, nobody knows exactly how this is going to play out and when it's going to play out and when it's going to be the top. Nobody knows that shit. But as of right now, the chart says up. So until it says otherwise, I'm bullish, I'm hanging in, I'm staying in, I'm not selling. I actually just put some leverage down on XLM, which I'm currently down in by a couple $100. But something I just realized, I just learned about the Coinbase futures Not like the other futures market where you get into a futures contract, it doesn't go your way. Oh, we're going into a new month. You got to take the L, and then you got to buy back in on the next month. Right, so now you have less capital to work with because you just took a loss. And now you're in the next month. You could buy back in, or with Coinbase, it gave me the option to roll my position into the next month, and it cost me what, 84 cents. 84 cents to roll, just simply roll my position over into the next month. The next month's contract, which is, oh dude, that is freaking phenomenal. Loving it over there. Yeah, you can trade gold, you can trade silver, you can trade oil, you can trade a lot of cryptos. Can't trade the US dollar, but who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I want to check on Lucid. What happened with... Yeah, Lucid's hanging in there, man. That is something. And see, not all bullish gaps like that get filled. Not always. I was expecting, I was like, oh shit. I was up massively right here. I was like, do I jump out and wait for it to come all the way back down and fill this gap and then enter back in? I don't know. That would have been a risk, because not all bullish gaps get filled, not all the time. This could stay up here and then go. Yeah. So for now, I'm just, I'm not making any changes. I'm not selling anything. I'm not buying anything. I'm just staying put. There's no reason to freak out. No reason to do anything. Zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Look at the macro trend here. Like, it's going higher. It's going higher. I just don't know when. But that son of a bitch is going straight up. It's going straight up. So is XRP. You notice all of a sudden there's a bunch of bad news for XRP this week. Like they denied the ETFs again. They were going to accept them, and then they denied them. Like they keep playing these games because they're still accumulating, they're still buying, they're still getting all of their buddies in. I mean, come on. Yeah. I say we just chill out and let it play out. That's all we can do. Price may pull back in the next week. Next week might be a little volatile. It might be a little bit ugly. I believe we have Jerome Powell coming out with maybe an interest rate decision, or maybe not. I saw a video of Trump kind of like, Powell knows that Trump's trying to get rid of him. He went over to the the Fed's building and was looking at all the construction, and kind of, so one of the reporters asked him a question, and he was like, well, what could he do? And Trump slaps Jerome Powell in the back and goes, he could lower interest rates, and Jerome kind of laughs. So, who knows? Could get a little volatile, could get a little bit messy. We could get a pullback next week. I'm chilling. Because these charts look so freaking good. Oh wait, I almost forgot. So a lot of you might know I started in the Forex market, to learn how to trade. I learned the hard way what, manipulation looked like, and stop hunting and sweeping of lows and all the manipulation. Yeah, I had to learn the hard way. But it's it was worth every penny to me. And then I kind of rotated into the futures market because I was like, okay, well, I can kind of pick something that I believe in versus like these stupid freaking currencies. I can trade gold and silver, like stuff that I actually believe in. Makes things a little bit easier for me. But, you know, in the futures contracts, I was thinking you could pick your timeline. It's just like, oh, I bet that gold's going to go up in the future. It could be 10 years from now. I didn't know that the futures contracts expire every month. And I thought it was pretty cool that through Coinbase for 84 cents, I was able to roll my position into the next month and not take the loss, have less money to trade with all of a sudden. I mean, I was able to pay 84 cents and roll myself into the next month, which is sweet. But Coinbase just came up with something. It's new. You see that? It says new. And it's perpetuals. So you got futures and perpetuals. So perpetuals, which they only have Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, but I'm sure as time goes on, there'll be XRP, XLM, there'll be like all the, the big dogs and probably a bunch more. But it's a futures contract that does not expire. So, I mean, if you're like, I think Bitcoin's going to zero, you throw a bunch of money in, you short it, and you hold it as long as you like. As long as you have the margin requirements to cover your position, you're good. You don't have to worry about it expiring. And same on the up. You know what I mean? If you think it's bullish, hey, I think this is, in the next 5 years, it's going to be bullish. As long as you time things right, you get in at the right spot, you have the margin requirements to cover your downswings. I mean, you can hold that sucker as long as you like. That is freaking cool, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is yes. See you later.